Si tu especie va a extinguirse, hay que aplaudir. Si tu especie va a extinguirse, hay que aplaudir. Tan, taran, 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 taran. Damas y caballeros, señoritas y señoritas, sean todos bienvenidos al video de este día. Hoy continuaremos de lleno con la siguiente misión de... control. Con la siguiente misión de Genshin. En este caso vamos a hacer la misión de Risley. Y pues veamos qué tiene por ofrecernos el carcelero, el Cerberus de Genshin Impact. Ahí estamos. Ahora sí, oficialmente, bienvenidos al Renacimiento en suelo estéril. Cerberus Acto I. Me gusta que se le llame Cerberus y que el símbolo este sea como que un perro de 3 cabezas. Está súper épico. Especialmente porque, o sea, porque no lo sabían, la mitología esta, creo que, no me acuerdo cuál era, griega, si no me equivoco. Sí, proseguir con esta. En la mitología griega tenemos que el Cerberus es un perro de 3 cabezas que se encarga de vigilar el Tártaro, que es como que el infierno, por así decirlo, Hostia, ya iniciamos, qué rápido.
Thought the fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
Ok.
You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave.
Coincido contigo, Pam. Probablemente sea la forma que tiene este tipo de llevar este lugar.
Oh, you mean Risley? He's
Sí.
definitely a pretty impressive leader.
Espérense, o sea que en este punto todavía no conocemos a Risley, o sea, que nos acaban de encerrar, no entiendo qué está
Well,
pasando.
he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys?
Seguro que tiene sus medios.
Yeah.
Me interesa saber qué onda con Risley, la verdad.
Maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you please do me a favor?
I hear someone there. Could you please make me a favor? ¿Soy yo o eso es un acento inglés?
Someone passing by. Could you do me a favor, please?
Pobre men. ¿Está en la caja? Está en la caja.
Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over here.
Sí, está en la caja.
Inside this big box.
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see anything. Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we had
No creo que esté ahí voluntariamente, Paimon se está pidiendo ayuda.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
¿Es que alguien te ha afeitado las cejas? ¿Es que alguien te ha roto la ropa? ¿What? No, ninguno de estos dos realmente, pero bueno.
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I just like some help finding my hat.
Just
My hat?
your hat? But
Bueno, your hat.
why didn't you look for it yourself? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it. Something must have happened to your hair.
Paimon, mejor no pregunta. Paimon, no es necesario hacerle sentir incómodo.
Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. No, you just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy.
Okay.
I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone.
No entiendo qué está pasando exactamente ahorita. Fossil.
So your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
¿Qué? ¿What? ¿Qué encargo más extraño? ¿Por qué empieza la misión de Risley de esta manera? Bueno, de hecho, me acabo de dar cuenta que no tenemos el equipo adecuado para esta misión. A ver, historia, aquí estamos. ¿Quién debe estar aquí? Risley. Lo que pasa es de que no tengo a Risley, entonces... Bueno, Lynette estaba aquí encerrada, ¿no? Junto con Lily. Bueno, o al menos lo estuvieron, o lo estarán. No entiendo realmente ahorita en qué punto de la historia estamos. Bueno, ¿saben qué? Nos vamos a ir así ahorita. Con este equipo. Porque no sé quién más podría estar en esta historia en este momento, o sea. Además de Risley, ni idea.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Well, let's go somewhere else.
La música, ¿qué le pasa a la música? ¿Por qué está tan épica?
Where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought. Nothing in the water either. Paimon thought it might have gotten blown in.
Hombre, aquí no hay mucho viento, Paimon. Estamos bajo el agua.
Seen anything that looks like a hat.
Dejémoslo estar, este lugar es demasiado grande. Podríamos comprarle una gorra nueva y ya.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking to cover his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of hat he's
Paimon,
wearing.
que no está queriendo cubrirse la cabeza, me cago en tu madre.
If memory serves, they got all kinds of stuff in there.
¿Por qué te emocionas tanto en cuanto hablamos de compras? Mejor dejarlo claro, solo voy a comprar una gorra.
How did you know what Paimon was thinking?
Ay, tan linda.
Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays.
No,
Either way, let's go check it out first.
pero si querés unos nuevos zapatos o algo por el estilo, pues lo podemos comprar. Tranquila. Yep.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
No.
I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread.
Glaze Clover Frank Ginger, ¿qué?
Come on.
Pan dulce volador.
Right.
Ese es un nuevo término para Paimon.
Companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
Ay, qué
Sorry,
bonito.
sorry, I never thought
Paimon,
I'd
el
get
pan
the
dulce
chance to see
volador.
with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy. I'm just a nobody after all.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. Ah, you were the envy of all. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you.
Ah, sí, que es por él. Y yo que pensaba que era por mi encanto.
Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery.
Claro que sí, eso sí,
After all,
siempre, de
I
hecho.
also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. Alvar himself. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just go with the flow.
Muy sabio, muy sabio.
It's up to us.
Sí.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet the two of you. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for?
¿Por qué todos en la prisión son tan buena onda? No entiendo. O sea, fue algo que comenté durante la misión esta del fuerte Merópide, pero me parece extraño de que todos en una prisión sean tan buena onda. Porque o el sistema judicial aquí no funciona y están encerrando a gente que no deberían. O bueno, o aquí todo el mundo sabe actuar y son el peor terror y actúan de la mejor manera. Estamos buscando una gorra de hombre.
No problem. Anything else?
Mm,
Hey, feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on me.
what?
Wait, but that's, you don't have to be so nice.
No, para nada.
It's not
No,
like I'm
no, no,
getting
no.
paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets me just take my pick of our goods.
Ah,
Life's been
interesante.
pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
Bueno, de hecho, de esa manera, o sea,
Paimon will take a look.
gracias.
Are you sure you don't want more? These opportunities don't come by every day, you know.
La verdad es que no mucho, gracias. Nunca pensé que rechazarías una oportunidad de aprovecharte.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free. Anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy must still be
Paimonología.
Thank you so much.
Paimonology.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage.
Son.
I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
Claro que sí,
It's a
chambotuc.
real sneaky way of getting good reviews.
De hecho.
We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
De hecho, también. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevará ahí adentro? Ahora comido. Ay. Creo que puedo llegar con el TP, pero antes quiero ir por mi ración diaria de comida. Siempre hace falta. Que de hecho no la tengo en el inventario, ¿verdad? Solo para estar seguro. No. No. Tengo que usar esto ahorita que me acuerdo. De hecho, ¿cómo estamos de recién? Ah, ok, 130. Vengo por mi ración diaria, Bran. Gracias. Me encanta venir por comida acá. ¿Cuánta comida podría reunir día tras día? O sea, doy por hecho que si es una al día son 365, ¿no? Pero a lo que voy es de que si me deja hacerlo por día de Genshin o por día de la vida real, golpear caja.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life. Just one sec.
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair, too.
I mean, I told
Así
you
que
that
esto es
there had
falso.
been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair. Wait, this isn't my hat.
No.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
Para ser exacto, alguien nos lo regaló.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something special about my hat.
Does it
Okay.
have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
¿Y por qué estabas en la caja por eso?
I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Ok. No es verdad.
Oh, hey, Risley. It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very
Sería matado de
important
la
to
risa.
members of the Beret Society.
Gremio de
Just you advise
aventureros
placing it again.
bajo tierra.
You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
Ok. Este personaje fue de los más extraños que hemos encontrado. De hecho, justo lo que estoy diciendo.
About his hat. Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
De hecho.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners.
¿What?
And never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact.
What? De hecho, los miembros de las gorras planas son presos modelos. Trabajan duro y nunca se meten en líos. De hecho, me han ahorrado muchas complicaciones. O sea, hay un, hay un gremio de gorras planas aquí abajo. ¿Qué cojones? Aquí abajo literalmente es como un mundo entero. O sea, el Fuerte Merópide es como su propio mini Teyvat. O sea, tienen sus propias leyes, sus propias normas, sus propias gremios. Qué cosa más extraña.
As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh?
Hombre, tu belleza es
There
complicada.
are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Sí,
Prisoners are still people, after all.
sí.
There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person.
Sí, es
What kind
cierto.
of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
¿Quiénes son las gorras planas? ¿Hay gente aquí a la que le gusta trabajar?
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch up too. And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Ok.
Not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but if we're gonna catch up,
Vamos.
Then please follow me.
Ok. De hecho, acabo de ir por mi ración diaria, así que no sé si me van a dar otra, Wesley. Me encanta la música de esta zona, por Dios, es súper intensa. O sea, no queda muy bien exactamente con que todo esté tan tranquilo, pero... Tengo que aprender teibatiano.
And the traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
No tengo hambre. Comida de lujo, paso.
we'll also pass. Paima will save her stomach for something better.
Oh, what a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then I must beg your grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in from above.
Ah, ok.
Yes, please? Huh.
¿Qué hay de tomar?
Paima didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for VIPs.
Oh, now that's what Paima likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm
Ok.
actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
A ver.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Hemos luchado con uñas y dientes en nombre de la justicia. No paro de aprender cosas sobre Fontaine. Si te soy sincera, no es tan así. No paro de aprender cosas sobre Fontaine.
Certainly that'd fit your title as the Traveler. Seeing everything for yourself, recording everything to the best of your ability, and
Sí.
making lots of friends along the way. I'm
Sí.
sure that by the end of your journey, you'll possess an unmatched amount of perspectives and opportunities.
Actually.
It's the sense that you're trying to flatter us.
Ok.
The guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
Un poco, sí. La verdad, un poco. Porque me doy cuenta que
todo lo que pienso, yo podría ser escritor de este juego. Literalmente todo lo que yo digo termina pasando en el siguiente segundo. La verdad, un poco literal a lo que acabo de decir. Es porque no sueles hablar de ti.
So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and
Interesante.
control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all
Okay.
sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top.
Interesante.
So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
No, pero me interesaría saber más sobre tu historia.
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
No sé ustedes, pero yo me estoy enamorando de Bryce Lee, no sé por qué. Demasiado guapo el cabrón. A mí también me gustaría, gracias por tu hospitalidad. O sea, estoy como que estoy hablando con él y estoy solamente viéndole los ojos. Ajá, ajá, ajá. A mí también me gustaría. Gracias por tu hospitalidad, pero ¿qué pasa
Your
ahora?
Grace, after following your
Your
instructions,
Grace.
we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo.
Ok.
They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while.
Ah, su
We're trying to
madre.
trace the goods to their source.
Ok.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like dangerous goods?
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly.
Ah,
Many
ok.
people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to examine everything carefully.
Ok.
Now,
¿Te acompañamos
what
o...?
do we have here?
Whoa. This is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem.
De hecho,
Wait, if
hay de
you
todo ahí.
confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
No creo que
Yep.
funcione así. Ah,
We
bueno,
can't just send them
aparentemente.
back up now, can we?
Eso es cierto.
But that's just insane profit. Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Me cago en tu madre, Paimon. ¿Qué hay de ti, Paimon? Pues habrá que hacerse duquesa. Ay, qué linda la careta. Vamos a tener que casarnos con Grisley. Qué lástima. Yo que no quería.
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and you're already planning to overthrow me? Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Ah, ¿en serio?
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
All right, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this dark, sparkly gem.
¿Qué cojones es esto, Paimon?
Mora.
¿Me puedes coger algo útil, Paimon? Sí,
Uh,
no estoy seguro que...
Actually, never
Creo que
mind.
eso era droga.
I don't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon have something else instead?
¿Qué ocurre, Paimon? ¿Está bien?
There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up.
Bad things.
Couldn't even
¿Qué clase de
trace
cosas
them out.
malas?
It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
What?
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
Interesante. ¿Qué va a encontrar Lumina
Are you
acá?
sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun.
Quiero ver lo que han visto ustedes. Mi condición es diferente a la de los demás. Obviamente esto es cierto y yo diría esto en mi cabeza, pero no se lo diría a ellos porque se escucha un poco prepotente. Vamos a
Fair
decir eso.
enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
¿Qué vamos a ver? ¡Hostia! Sí, fue tal y como me dijeron, he revivido algunos recuerdos muy profundos. No esperaba que, what? No esperaba recordar todo esto en la historia de Grizzly, o sea,
I'll
estaba
take this
curioso.
gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
Sabia decisión. No está de más prevenir.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can
Okay.
introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Bueno,
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met either.
eso es cierto. La cara de las dos. Ok. O sea, hasta cierto punto tiene sentido. Aquí abajo no es como que haya mucho más que hacer, además de estar pendiente de los guardias, o sea, de los guardias, de los presos, reclusos. Las gorras planas.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the society.
No vi este grupo cuando estuvimos aquí encerrados, la verdad.
Are these your two guests?
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. The members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources.
Ah, interesante.
Every once in a while, the
El
society
grupo de
also hosts
intelectuales.
activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's
Interesante.
so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences.
Esta misión no va a tener nada malo tampoco entonces, además de la piedra.
Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also
Igual que la de Nubilet.
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, but the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
Ah, there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride.
Sí, mi duda es cómo sacan las gorras. ¿Las mandan a hacer? Porque todas son iguales.
Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's no need for us to stand. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please wait here just one moment.
Ya acabamos de tomar bebidas, no es necesario, gracias.
You want to learn more about us.
¿Esta reunión estaba planeada desde el principio? Él dijo que llevaba tiempo esperando.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Risley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key.
Interesante.
Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Ok. Está haciendo ese men ahí al fondo.
You didn't answer the question at all. Well, we're already here, aren't we?
Ya que estamos, echaremos un vistazo.
They're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Ok, habla con los miembros de la gorra plana. ¿Dónde está Gracely? ¿Se fue ya? Ah, no, ahí está.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Suenas como una de esas melucinas guías. Suenas como el vendedor de una tienda.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members.
Doy por hecho que todos ustedes terminaron en la cárcel por algún experimento o algo que hicieron que era ilegal. Que si no parecen malas personas.
Which our members use to rest and relax. We also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Tengo rato de no ir a un gimnasio, de hecho.
If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big
¿Por qué lo menciono? Porque creo que lo acaban de mencionar ahí. Me quedé como que, o sea, hacer ejercicio estaría bueno.
We started a collaboration
Aunque
with the cafeteria a while back though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
Ok. Aunque a veces en lugar de ir al gimnasio, creo que prefiero ir a correr. Por mucho. O sea, prefiero el aire libre que estar metido en un lugar solamente moviéndome. Lo tienen todo pensado. Así la verdad es...
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Duget founded the society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Ok. Ball me. Ball me.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not?
Sí.
I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look? We've
A ver.
got some classics, as well as a few books that the members published themselves.
¿Qué? ¿Ustedes publican libros? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Tienen escritores?
Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera.
¡Qué bonito!
We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Bueno, es cierto. Hasta cierto punto estando aquí encerrado no tenés nada más que hacer.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor.
Yep.
The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just
Me dan ganas de leerme algún libro de Teyvat. Sería una cosa interesante. De hecho, tenemos varios en el archivo. Y están ahí como que esperando que los leamos algún día. Archivo. Equipamiento. Libros. Sí, tenemos muchísimos. Algún día me los leeré. O sea, pero lo que mencionaba la última vez fue que me gustaría poder leerlos en físico. Porque es que leer aquí en la computadora no me es tan... ¿Cómo se le dice esto? Entretenido como lo sería leerlo en físico. La leyenda de las espadas, ¿cuál es esto? Ah. Interesante. Ok, a ver.
Hey, you there, newbie.
Sí.
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, Why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this?
¿Ah?
Ah!
Ok. Creo que está, ya, creo que está intentando como liberar estrés, que es como que respirar y gritar con todos tus pulmones. O sea, lo típico de que cuando vas a una montaña, bueno, típico entre comillas, a mí porque me gusta hacer eso cuando salimos a algún lugar así, a la naturaleza. Gritar con todos tus pulmones hacia el cielo, es una cosa bien bonita. Solo que aquí hacerlo enfrente de todo el mundo está un poco extraño, ¿no?
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world.
Sí,
Why don't
sí.
you also give it a try?
La verdad es que sí.
I promise that it'll work.
Paimon's gonna pass.
Feeling shy? That's alright. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself.
Esto nos va a servir en algún momento, ¿verdad? Fue algo demasiado puntual. Pero será por lo de la piedra. La piedra nos va a hacer algo y vamos a necesitar gritar para liberarnos. De hecho, terminando de hablar.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh,
Okay.
you're back. What did you think about this place?
Está cute, cuanto
Well,
menos.
Your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Oh, wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
De hecho, a mí me gustó todo.
Pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Yo tampoco me lo esperaba, me parece que solo es algo superficial. ¿Ah? ¿Por qué diría esto? No es superficial.
Ah, so it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and values.
¿Sí?
That's all I can ask for, really.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the society, I'd met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What?
What? You fight
¿Y eso?
too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves?
No se supone que no,
Oh, I almost
no
never
tendría que
did.
ser capaz de pelear ahí porque, ajá, es demasiado fuerte para las personas. Casi nunca. ¿Cómo es eso de casi? Sí, aquí algo está pasando.
Did you come here to relax too? Did you forget about us already?
Ok.
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Ah, yo creo que ya sé qué pasó aquí.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then.
No, pues no.
Before we got sidetracked.
Algo sobre distracciones. Es algo sobre guantes de boxeo.
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. When emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes
Interesante.
you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times.
Ok.
Oops.
Oh, isn't
La
that the
piedra.
local gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for his grace, would you?
Yes, right.
¿Esta situación está extraña o soy solo yo? El que siente que algo no me cuadra aquí.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, your grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford
Ah, ya sé qué puede estar pasando aquí.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day.
Las palabras de Lumin eran de que este lugar era una fachada, algo superficial. ¿Podría ser que estos tipos son los que se encargan de meter el contrabando? Podría ser. O sea, sabemos de que la única organización completamente sin fines de dañar a nadie aquí, y que podemos comprobar en el fuerte de Merópide, es la que fundaron Carol y Botois. Porque si no me equivoco, ajá, o sea, por los dijes estos, la medalla de honor y todo el asunto que pasó en ese momento, son los que, ajá, intentaban mantener el orden. Pero de estos no sabemos acerca de su realmente gran procedencia, no sabemos qué tan grande ha sido el grupo, doy por hecho de que es un grupo relativamente nuevo. Podría ser que ellos sean los que están metiendo contrabando. Y tal vez por eso Lumin quería decir de que este era como una fachada, era algo superficial. Ah. Pero prácticamente hemos hablado de todo lo que había que hablar, así que... Interesante. Ellos necesitaban esa piedra, pero ¿para qué la necesitarían? Que no me siento a gusto también.
Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best.
Sinceramente, a ver, aquí vamos a decir tres cosas. La primera, yo creí que el tipo tal vez lo habían excomulgado de este grupo y que por eso estaba nervioso porque lo vieran con la gorra tal vez ahí. Porque quiere seguir perteneciendo al grupo de la gorra para que no lo molesten o algo por el estilo. Pero no es parte del grupo. Eso es lo que yo creí al principio. Ahora tengo una teoría diferente. La teoría que tengo es que el tipo realmente sabe de las actividades jodidas, complicadas y terribles que pueden estar haciendo este grupo, y tal vez por eso se siente mal cada vez que ve a Chrysler, porque sabe de que en algún momento lo van a descubrir o algo por el estilo, y por eso, o sea, no, como que no quiere pertenecer al grupo ya, pero está con el grupo todavía. Y la tercera que iba a decir, me encantaría poder hablar con Chrysler ahorita y decirle, va, mira, yo creo que esto pasa.
Same to you.
Chrysler, hay que hablar.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
A ver.
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
O sea...
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for the future.
Quiero hablar, déjeme hablar. Quiero decirle que hay cosas raras aquí.
But then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Exacto.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
Es un poco difícil de explicar. Hay algo raro con la atmósfera de ese lugar.
As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
Ok.
You completely lost my mind.
A ver,
Why don't
Paimon.
you take this
Están
opportunity
haciendo cosas
to
ilegales.
get
Eso es todo lo que
out of
tienen que saber.
place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's
Básicamente.
been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it.
Confiante esta vez. Me lo tomaré como una de tus bromas. Realmente ninguna de las dos. O sea, estas dos cosas, ninguna de las dos quiero decirla.
I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not...
Sí, vamos. Hostia, ¿qué acabo de hacer? Retener lo que no era.
Then what are you gonna do?
Good question. What should I do? Maybe I'll drop by the ring and sign myself up for a fight.
Wait, so you're really just gonna make us work while you slack off?
Jeje. Ok. Vamos. Hostia, que vamos súper lejos. Según yo aquí nomás era. A ver, caballeros. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? ¿Qué me están ocultando?
Huh. It's just as Risley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Tampoco sé por dónde empezar. Primero veamos si podemos hablar con alguien. Hay que entrevistar a los mismos tres, ¿no?
Wait, you guys are.
Sí, ¿qué pasa?
Sorry, we just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Oh, okay.
¿Alguien ha visto una botella de cristal por casualidad?
Uh,
¿Qué les pasa?
Nobody?
Es más o menos del tamaño de mi mano. Contiene unas especias en polvo.
It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of more or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Risley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Ok. Parece que todos están temoradísimos por algo.
We can look around for it, yeah?
Joder, ¿qué les pasa a todos? Por mí.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
yeah, and I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but why do you
Yo creo que los
see
libros
that
tienen
one
un... Sí.
Sorry.
Sí, yo creo que los libros tienen un fondo falso. De esos típicos libros de que se abren y tienen cosas dentro, pues bueno, creo que esos son los libros exactamente, la forma de transportar las cosas.
Hello? How can I help you?
¿Puedes repetirnos aquella
The
presentación?
Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't
Okay.
know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just there's nothing more I can tell you.
Ok. Interesante. A ver, el animado.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
¿Qué ha pasado con todo ese optimismo?
I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and, I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right?
Pinkie Pie
You
puede.
were looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but, it should be somewhere nearby.
Ok.
Paimon sees what you meant now.
Sí, definitivamente algo está
Seems like
pasando
they
aquí.
really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
A ver. No sé por qué me dieron una grande gana de jugar Hollow Knight ahorita. No sé si porque estamos bajo tierra, con todo agua, todo oscuro, gris. O sea, me dieron ganas de jugar bastante Hollow Knight ahorita.
It all turned into completely different people.
Nadie decía una palabra. Parecía que estaban muy asustados por algo.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Como el tipo que vimos escondido en una caja.
He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place.
¿Sí?
Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And
Sí.
that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was
Sí. Grizzly, como siempre.
you all along.
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevas investigando este asunto?
Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Básicamente.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down
Exacto.
here. And I've
Exacto.
always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Cada acción del Duque es una forma de dar ejemplo, básicamente. La gente suele imitar las acciones del Duque. O sea, Grizzly tiene que dar, obviamente, lo que todos conocemos. Aquí lo están sobreexplicando, pero para solamente terminar de dejarlo claro, Grizzly está como que dando el ejemplo. O sea, recordemos que si ven a Grizzly débil, van a pensar que es débil y van a querer tomar por un motín el fuerte Merópide. O si lo ven demasiado fuerte, solamente va a imponer miedo y cada vez que pasa, o sea, le va a dar miedo, pero, o sea, no va a dar respeto. O sea, Grizzly se nota que quiere como que un poco de ambos. Respeto y miedo. Y me parece súper bien porque, o sea, si pasan cosas dentro del fuerte Merópide que no sean legales, alguien tendría que tener la confianza suficiente como para decirle a Grizzly, hey, mira, está pasando esto, esto y esto. Entonces, si Grizzly de repente va con capa y espada, cortándole cabezas a todos aquí, raramente alguien le va a tener como la confianza de decirle cosas por el estilo. Lástima porque Grizzly se nota que está haciendo el intento, pero no parece que las personas quieran, como se dice, revelar aún así las cosas.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations
Exacto.
of justice and order. And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society. And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Exacto. No creo que sea tan sencillo. Todavía no conocemos sus motivos.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them
Ay,
some
por
time.
Dios, Paimon.
My
¿Por
guard
qué estás
will
tan atrasada hoy,
share
Paimon, hija
information
mía?
too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Okay.
Don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon. Hey!
Espera hasta la noche 18:24.
It's finally evening. Risley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Vamos a ver. De hecho, aprovechando, me voy a comer la comida que nos dieron. ¿Dónde está? Está. A ver qué nos sale. Pan con ajo extraño. Ok. Ok. No creas en máximas escritas en papelitos. Vale. Veamos qué procede.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Solo me salió un pan con ajo. ¿Cómo sabías que de hecho que me lo acabo de comer?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Exacto.
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
Exacto.
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
¿Lo crees porque has investigado a Dujia? ¿Es porque has estado trabajando con Dujia?
Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Sí, la verdad es que sí. Ahora que lo
The last thing
dices.
that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
Algo esconden bajo la gorra.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Sí, básicamente todos se alteraron.
So you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
Así que esa es la pista que habías mencionado.
Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too.
Básicamente. Así que por eso quería que fuéramos contigo.
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves.
La verdad.
But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
Claro que sí.
But Paimon's still mad at you.
Claro, lo importante es tener un buen plan. Claro, esto con los puños se resuelve en un momento. No, Lumin, no, tranquila, no. Lo importante es tener un buen
You
plan.
have my thanks. Now, there are still 2 outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
A ver. Ay, quiero un tocadiscos. Para comprar el disco este de Genshin y poder escuchar la música tan relajantemente aquí en la casa. Ay, por Dios, es... Se lo juro, es demasiado sensual el cabrón. No puedo. Contrólate. Es que... ¡oh! No. Risley es amigo. Risley es amigo, no comida. Ay, no. No puedo. No me preocupo que a quien sigue. Es demasiado sensual el cabronazo. Miren, ¿quién decidió morder el anzuelo?
I apologize for my lack of composure. These 2 are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
Claro que nos conocen.
Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean
Okay.
when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Okay.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you. Every secret may be found within...
Ah, miren quién llegó. ¿Y cómo entró aquí? ¿Quién lo dejó entrar, guardias?
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse
Duja.
us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see,
Fuera de
our
aquí,
princess'
asqueroso.
mental
Fuera.
state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress.
¿Quién te dejó entrar?
She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for your grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter.
Ok, fuera.
So please, forgive my discourtesy.
Fuera.
Like we believe you.
He conocido ya a demasiada gente de tu calaña. Tienes que tener valor para presentarte aquí. Sí. Como para creer algo de lo que digas.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know his grace to be a reasonable man.
Ok, fuera de
Well
aquí.
then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasol.
Ah, hijo de su madre.
So upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully,
Tienen a
he's
Fasol.
already returned to his senses.
Ya no va a decir nada a ella por proteger a Fasol.
No need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Sé valiente, Avis, por Dios. Mira, igualmente no vamos a dejar salir a este hijo de su madre de aquí, o sea, no te preocupes. Duya.
It's all right, Elise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as the Duke.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
Es en serio.
Sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please, don't press me further.
O sea, si la tipa la van a hacer daño a aquel, pero es que o sea, no le pueden hacer daño a aquel si no dejamos salir a Duya de aquí.
Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Respeto tu título, Risley, pero de aquí a más me encargo yo y le agarro puñetazos a este tipo aquí mismo. No, de aquí no dejo salir a Duya en una pieza hasta que no nos diga lo que está pasando.
The society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives.
Mis cojones, Duya. Mis cojones.
To prove our guilt. What's wrong with the current state of affairs?
Ay, por Dios, qué asco de personaje. Bueno, mira, Risley tiene que dar el ejemplo, pero yo soy un agente externo. Yo puedo actuar aquí cuando quiera. Le parto la cabeza a este men y no lo dejamos salir de acá.
You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is welcome to visit us anytime to confirm the true intent of our activities.
Me cago en Duya, te lo juro.
Let's head back.
¿En serio vamos a dejar que se vaya, Risley? ¿Qué le puede estar haciendo a estas pobres personas? ¿Qué le va a hacer a Fosol ahora que lo tiene? Sí, ¿por qué no hicimos nada? Sí. A ver, Risley. Risley. Estoy de acuerdo con vos casi en todo, pero esto...
All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody.
Okay.
That's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
Una cosa está clara, no se saldrá con la suya. Ahora nuestro problema es...
The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
None of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
Pero exactamente que en la parte interior de la gorra, o sea, si la rompemos tendría que haber algo. Como la pantera rosa prácticamente, que cuando lo cortan está el diamante de la pantera rosa adentro. En la gorra de las gorras planas, en la cabeza de Avis, en el comportamiento de Dugia. En la gorra de las gorras planas.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves.
El comportamiento de Dugia.
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Okay. En la cabeza de
If there's
Avis.
nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat?
Exacto. Hacer asociación de ideas. ¿Qué? Esto en la gorra de las gorras planas. En la horquilla perdida. En la gorra de las gorras planas. En la cabeza de Hades. En el comportamiento de Uyer. En la horquilla perdida. ¿Qué es esto?
I have an idea, but...
Fíjate qué coincidencia. Yo también. Avis no se quitó el sombrero para mostrarnos su cabeza. Lo hizo para quitarse la horquilla del pelo.
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean
Pobrecita.
that
Me da cosa haber dejado que se fueran así nada más. ¿Qué le va a hacer Duyer ahorita? Sí.
Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside.
Sí, pero no todo el mundo anda a eso. Entonces ahora mi duda es ¿qué hay allí? Exacto, o sea, ¿qué hay aquí exactamente? Entonces, ¿para qué es esto? ¿Para abrir algo?
Paimon's last again.
Let's see. What if we do?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark
What?
liquid is leaking out of the gem.
What?
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
Gema es el recipiente de un líquido.
You've
¿Qué es
probably heard
esto?
before that water is filled
¿Es
with
droga o qué cojones está metiendo aquí? Ya no entiendo.
With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
¿Cómo encapsulas miedo? Ahora, espérense. Aquí en Genshin hay muchas cosas raras, pero ¿cómo encapsulas el miedo? Entonces con este líquido y esta aguja, ¿qué hace exactamente ese líquido y de dónde viene?
I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life.
Ya.
Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair.
Pero ¿cómo hace para inyectárselos? ¿Por a través del gorro?
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away.
¿Qué
We can't let DGA
cojones?
escape with all of the evidence.
Duyer les inyecta esto en la cabeza. Te voy a partir la madre. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Y les juro que hay pocos personajes tan odiables como este tipo. Pero soy tan malo para juzgar los caracteres de la persona. Al principio está como que, qué bonito que tengan todo esto. Mis cojones, qué bonito. ¿Dónde estás? Te voy a cortar el cuello, Duyer. Duyer. Están arrestados todos.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan. And
Me encanta el traje de los guardias de aquí.
unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
Sí, ¿a dónde van a huir? Estamos en el fortaleza de Merópide. Aquí nadie escapa.
So I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
O sea, los sombreros realmente son para ocultar las heridas,
Let's
entonces.
check on them.
Realmente es así. O sea, me cago en todo, en serio.
As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted
What?
on their head.
Les inyectaban eso en la cabeza. ¡Qué asco!
Glad her eyesight isn't so good that
Me
she can
cago en
see
Duyer.
here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
¿La aguja sigue dentro de la cabeza? No, me lo creo.
Probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people
¿Qué?
have to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
¿Cojones? A ver, de todo lo que me esperaba en la misión de Grizzly, esto no lo vi venir. A ver, ahora Duyer se va a merecer pena de muerte, digo yo, ¿no? Por favor. Pero apurémonos. Parece nuevo, parece que es una página de ellos. Al mirar con detenimiento, incluso los pliegues son prácticamente idénticos. No parece que haya formado forma natural.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this.
¿Qué encontraste? Vaya, Paimon, vos haciendo cosas. ¿Pero qué es esto? ¿Qué está pasando en esta misión? Paimon trabajando.
Bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
Así que los libros también son falsos, entonces nunca han estado manteniendo y renovando las estanterías.
Yeah, and they dared to claim that they wrote these too.
Ok, Grizzly. Ahí está.
Look at what I found.
¿Qué? Ah,
This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place.
ok,
So even if
cabronazo.
Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members.
No me sorprende que la gente estuviera aterrada.
Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, then perhaps it's better to do less. Or
cago en tus
Renaciendo
muertos.
has already tamed them to his will.
Ok, encontremos a Dugger, por favor.
Your Grace, Your Grace.
What's the matter?
We
¿Qué?
couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The
Sí, es
lines,
obvio.
the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh.
¿Y entonces dónde están?
They're gone. That could only mean...
Los contraplanes se han esforzado mucho en crear una fachada. Su verdadera base está en otro lugar. ¿Pero dónde? O sea...
As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out.
Pero y entonces... Aquí en Fuerte Merópido tendré que tener vigilado a todo el mundo en todas partes. No tiene sentido que lo dejen andar así por así, o sea... Si no, ¿de qué sirve entonces el Fuerte Merópido?
And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me think.
No tenemos
Dugier
cámaras
must be
en todo
holding
este
all the
lugar.
rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort, he must be in Dugier's pocket.
Vayamos a buscarlo. Él podrá decirnos dónde está la verdadera
I'm of
base.
the same mind. Let's go.
Vámonos. Si es necesario, aquí vamos a torturar a ese cabrón hasta saber cuál es la razón por la que nos mintió. ¿Cómo que para abajo? Espérense. ¿What? ¿Abajo? ¿Aquí? ¿Cuál ah, aquí. Ok. Vamos. A ver.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against me. And let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I'd guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters.
¿Cómo dejamos que algo como esto pase en el Fuerte Merópide? No entiendo. Este lugar tendría que estar súper vigilado.
We can take this path. You guys take the other.
¿Cómo es posible que dejamos que algo como esto pasara? Riley, estás caminando con bastante tranquilidad para hacer un asunto tan importante. ¡Corre! Sí, corre, gracias. Pero, Riley, ¿qué pasa? No veo nada. No sé qué está pasando exactamente, pero... ¡Ajá!
There's a fallen guard over there. I must see some society members too.
After them.
It's rising. Run!
¿Dónde van, hijos de su puta madre? Aquí nadie se escapa.
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on, it's time to talk.
Sí, pues si les quitamos las gorras, o sea, obviamente tienen la cosa esta metida ahí, o sea, hay que decirles de que ya sabemos acerca de eso.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Ahora sí que están siendo sensatos, sí, no sé por qué ahora sí, o antes no. Risley...
It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver, ahora sí. Voy a reventarle la cara a Dugier. Le voy a pasar el hacha por toda la... ¿Eh? A ver, ¿aquí hacia abajo entonces? No sabía ni que había una parte más abajo de esto. O sea, no jodan. ¿Qué tan profundo es el Fuerte Merópide? Es exageradamente profundo. A ver. ¿Ya habíamos venido acá? Yo creo que no, ¿no? Yo creo que no. Para nada. Por esto no habíamos venido aquí antes, ok. Necesitaremos hielo. Creo que es suficiente con Charlotte. Espero yo. A ver.
There's so much space down here.
De hecho, demasiado
Yeah,
para...
these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well.
Me
Stay
cago en
sharp.
tus muertos.
He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
¿Quiénes son los guardias que fueron comprados? Porque esos también se van a ir a la verga ahorita. A esos también los vamos a mandar al quinto infierno. ¿Dónde están? ¿Un cofre? No. Sí, que era un cofre. Me encantan los puños de Bryce, te lo juro. Cuando venga el rerun de este mes lo voy a sacar. En esta cuenta. Aunque ya lo tengo en la cuenta secundaria, sí. Lo necesito en esta cuenta. A ver. Cabrones. Llegamos.
A moment, please.
Hostia, lo que mete Wesley. Es que le voy a partir la madre. Que se siente tan bien. ¡Pum! 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 Para que vuelvan a estas tonterías. De aquí nadie va a salir vivo. Ok, el perro está maduro.
Let's begin.
Ok.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Pobres tipos.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dujier really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
De hecho, parece que tiene un ejército aquí abajo. Un ejército del miedo. Esto viene a que me recuerda esto. Me acabo de acordar de Batman. El Caballero de la Noche asciende. Me recuerda a Bane. Preparando su ejército bajo las alcantarillas.
Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see. So it's much as I expected.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. And so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dujier's slaves.
Es
Do you
inhumano.
remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black
Literal.
gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Pobrecita.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision, and never—
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress.
Exacto.
The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm.
Exacto.
Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
Ahora vamos por Dujier. Ahora sí, por favor, ya. Se acabó esto. Vamos a partirle la madre a este tipo. ¿Dónde estás? Y me llevo tu cofre. Por tus narices. ¿Dónde estás, Dujier? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás, asqueroso? ¿Dónde estás? Con razón le tenían tanto miedo, me cago en sus muertos. Dios, pero ¿qué es esto, Griley? ¿Qué es esta falla de seguridad en tu prisión? No me jodan. Es que este lugar es inmenso.
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. But the door's been locked. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible.
Eso es cierto.
You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other
Y qué
spots.
interesante el saludo. Me gusta el saludo. Venga. ¿Aquí qué?
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Paimon doesn't get it at all. Forget it. Paimon's just gonna do some trial and error.
A ver. Tiene el mecanismo que ilumina el dispositivo de las paredes, que es la parte principal. Ajá. Entiendo. Mi duda es cómo manejar. Ya, necesitamos girar el mecanismo, pero hacia allá, ¿no?
Is it because we touched this thing?
Sí, Paimon, ya. Girar el mecanismo otra vez. Ahí.
The other side's open. Let's go.
¿Pero eso era? ¿Y cómo desbloqueamos esta? Creature de Smiles aquí abajo. Slimes aquí abajo. What the fuck? Hostia. Espérense. Ahí estamos. Creí que se había jodido el stream, pero creo que no. ¡Hostia! Este no era. Quita.
Bow your head. Let's begin.
No lo quiero matar, la verdad. A ver. Ah, pero es necesario, ok. No estoy aquí para pelear con Slime, estoy aquí para pelear con Dugier. Okay, pero a ver, ¿cuántos de estos? ¿Soy yo o este está más duro?
Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Nada que un escopetazo no arregla.
This one's got your name on it. Haha.
Venga. ¿Cuántos cofres hay aquí abajo? Pero qué tan profundo es esto. ¿Dónde estamos? Es gigante este lugar. No, o sea, yo me esperaba una base pequeña, pero es que este lugar es demasiado. Demasiado.
We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Looks like there's a mechanism that's gotten stuck. It won't turn alongside the others. Is there something we can do?
Ok. Aquí nada. Ah, ya entendí, ok. Va. Ahora aquí bloqueamos este. Y giramos este. Giramos. Me gusta la música de esta zona. Está preciosa. Hostia. Sí, hacete hacia acá porque ya veo que nos vamos a ahogar. ¿Qué hacemos cuando lleguemos arriba? ¿Cómo paramos el agua? ¿Nos vamos a ahogar? ¿Hola? No. Uy, Dios mío. Por un momento creí que esto iba a llegar hasta arriba y nos íbamos a ahogar. Hubiera sido una muerte bastante horrible, la verdad. Más mechabots. Por Dios. Este tipo de verdad que tiene... No es nada el ejército de Bane comparado a este. ¿Volvimos o...?
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts. Hey, it's all right now. You can leave this place.
Pobrecita.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again. So close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down. We're not bad people.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like
Exacto.
Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep
Abyss y Soul siguen en peligro.
All right. Let's search for an exit first.
Me cago en todo. Esto ya duró demasiado. Muero de hambre, te lo suplico, dame algo de comer. ¿Qué haces pasando esta nota? ¿Acaso quieres que nos mate? Por favor, tengo mucha hambre, te lo juro, me muero de hambre. ¡Wow! Joder, no, en serio. Hay pocos cabrones a los que les quiero reventar la madre tanto como a este, ven. ¿Podemos liberarlos a todos? Pobrecitos. Dios. Dios. No me jodan. Tu Jack, te voy a partir la madre, de verdad, de verdad. De verdad que...
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
Okay.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have reliable help over here. Let's go back. That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area. Don't forget to bring these along.
A ver.
This seems to be something like a console.
This is a surveillance terminal. The information collected by the surveillance ports we found previously will be sent here. I'm sure Dugier really enjoyed sitting here and making his people dance like puppets on string.
Oh, that makes Paimon even angrier.
A huevo. Literal. Literal. Estoy emperradísimo con este personaje.
This seems to be some.
This is a surveillance.
Okay.
I'm sure
¿Qué era lo que había que llevarse exactamente? No entendí. No me estoy dejando nada, ¿no? Venga, ahora activamos esto, si no me equivoco. Tenemos este. Ahí estamos. Suma, siento que estoy ahí. Siento que estoy en otro mundo ahorita. Es demasiado grande esta cosa. Wow. No me jodan. A ver, tú ya. Hasta aquí llegaron tus estupideces. Y hasta aquí llegó tu vida también.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules. Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores.
Aqua Dolores.
Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and
Ay,
don't stop until you
pobrecita.
pushed all of it in.
Thistle. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to endure. Oh, shut your wretched
Pobrecitos.
mouths! When did I give you permission to speak? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Sí, ahora valiste verga. Valiste
All right.
verga.
I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me?
Oh, no, 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 no.
Fortress at your feet.
Estás a punto de quedarte sin
Can't see the difference between
dientes.
sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice. Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held
Sí,
dear.
sin embargo, lo que estás haciendo es inhumano.
Punishing those who deserve to be punished. It's what they've always deserved. And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think.
Ok, se acabó de hablar. Solamente le quiero reventar la madre a este tipo. Por favor.
He's really mad.
Ya somos dos.
You think me arrogant, Risley. Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
Ay, hijo, pobrecito.
But in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
Oh, what real power really looks like.
Bombs away!
mighty be humble. Settle down.
Ok, eso dolió, no te lo voy a negar.
This could get a little chilly. A moment, please.
Si te pudiera dar este escopetazo a vos, te seguro que te lo daría. Salí de ahí asqueroso.
Ah, this one's got your name on it.
Ahí te ves.
If you
Ah,
think
no.
fear can control everything,
Ah, no, ahora venía acá.
terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Ah, no. El suelo.
What's the matter?
Y romper el cuello.
Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here.
¿Y qué fue lo que hiciste vos?
You should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Asqueroso pedazo de escoria humana. Expresando sus más sinceras disculpas. A continuación establece un plan de seguimiento y tratamiento médico. En ese momento se declara el fin de las gorras planas. Joder. Me hubiera encantado darle riata yo mismo, pero bueno. Parece que no se va a poder.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No.
Not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could
No me lo
comfort
imagino.
and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Al menos hemos podido resolver la situación. Quizá deberías dar una disculpa oficial. No pensé que te lo fueras a tomar tan en serio.
Yeah, it's the least that we could do.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing. I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society.
Esto me va a gustar.
He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Bien pensado. Es una forma de castigo que solo podría ocurrir en el parte me pide.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Paimon,
Why do you think
obviamente.
I do that kind of thing to you?
Es que
You
porque.
offend me, Paimon.
Ajá, Paimon, es obvio que no te lo va a hacer a vos nunca.
Jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
Okay.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Ok, entonces ahora esperamos 2 días, ¿no? 2 días a las 11 y las 13. 1, 2. A las 11 y las 13, ¿no? Las 11 y las 13. Bueno, esto va a estar largo. A ver, fue una misión, no diría bonita, porque no lo fue. Fue algo muy oscuro. Me gusta que Genshin se está yendo por ese tipo de historias. Se está guiando por historias un poco más maduras. Pero, hombre, sí me gustaría también que los malos, así como son de malos, también recibieran sus merecidas recompensas y poder destrozarle la cabeza cuando yo quiera. Porque lo de ese tipo no fue normal. O sea, estuvo torturando con una especie de droga, insertándosele en la cabeza a las personas y de esa manera controlándolos con alucinógenos. O sea, literalmente eso es pero lo peor que pudieron haber hecho. O sea, hijos de su madre.
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind her for sure.
Lo dice como si pasaran hambre.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Risley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
Hmm? I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns. Which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
You sure got everything taken care of, Risley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory.
A decir verdad, tengo una pregunta.
Please, go ahead.
¿Tú recuerdas cuando tomaste la gema? ¿Tu odio cuando te enfrentaste a tu Jer?
Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children.
Interesante.
They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
La fachada.
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had all children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of.
What?
I once considered myself an extremely lucky child. And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
Entonces estabas tan enfadado por eso.
Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all, but I did. So in the end, I killed them.
What?
Set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Merida.
Ok, eso es bastante dark. Oh, ok, eso no me lo esperaba.
But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem.
Asesinó a sus padres, o sea, what?
Until I got what I deserved.
Qué complicado, no sé qué decir.
It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Ellos también, menos mal.
Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time.
Me alegro.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help.
It's... I'd like
What?
to
Sorry, what?
to Elise here.
Oh, qué lindo.
Yeah,
Qué
we met each other
lindo.
through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap.
Pobrecitos.
During our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was...
Yay, va, habrá boda. Bueno, este quest tuvo de todo. tuvo droga, que tuvo contrabando, que tuvo asesinos, que tuvo manipuladores. Y ahora una boda. No me jodan, este quest tuvo de todo.
Managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake
Ay,
him
qué
either.
lindo.
But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before.
Ah, güey.
That's no reason to say
¿Qué
no, is it?
cojones?
I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
We can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our
¿Perdón, qué? No creo que quieran quedarse aquí, ¿o sí? Hay muchas cosas ahí afuera.
Special memories here.
No creo... No estoy de acuerdo con esa
And we
decisión.
have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Ok, Cerberus Acto I. Renacimiento en suelo estéril. Qué misión más interesante. O sea, era obvio que justo después de la de Nubilet, que prácticamente no hubo acción, porque obviamente era más, como habíamos mencionado, dolor más psicológico que otra cosa, dolor más sentimental. Es interesante que la de Risley fue todo lo contrario, acción a cada rato. Y bueno, resolvimos muchas cosas interesantes también. Damas y caballeros, señoritos y señoritas, creo que por aquí con Lumin dejaremos otra vez este stream. Y bueno, este video, para quien no lo ve de YouTube. No sé exactamente cuándo va a salir este video, pero bueno, que sepan que exactamente nos queda un día para hacer el evento y pues enos aquí. Probablemente más tarde haga stream para hacer la misión finalmente de Furina, que es la única que nos haría falta ya. Obviamente la de Yoimiya, está la de Furina, para poder hacer el evento, ya que nos quedaría solamente Yoimiya y Navia. Fue una misión súper épica la de Grizzly, no lo voy a negar, fue súper interesante. Y... creepy y bastante desquiciada en cierto sentido. Espero que en algún momento, cuando lleguemos a tener enemigos parecidos a este, o sea, nos podamos matar nosotros mismos. Sé que Ojoverso no quiere que el viajero se ensucie las manos, pero sería una cosa súper épica. Bueno, ahora sí. Gracias, Furina. Ahora sí, nos vemos, damas y caballeros, en la próxima ocasión. Bye. Me encanta la música de esta zona. Recordaremos a Grizzly. Quiero sacar a Grizzly para la próxima vez, la verdad. El próximo rerun que venga lo voy a necesitar sí o sí.